You can always choose. Please remember that. So y equals 4x divided by 1 plus x squared. Which point do you want to use? 0, 0 or -1, -2? They are the same procedure, so that let's choose one or the other.
-1, -2.
Perfect. -1, -2, comma, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm copying from a different one. -1, -2, you're right. Okay, perfect. So, in order to find the equation of the tangent, we need to use the equation of y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. Oh, sorry. So I do have x1, y1. So this is -1 and -2. But this is what I don't have. How do I determine it? How do I determine the slope? I have the function, I have the point, but I'm asked to find the equation of the tangent line to this point, but I need to find the slope. Without the slope, I will not be able to find the equation. So how do I find the slope? Can anyone give us an idea of how to find the slope?
You find f prime of -1.
Excellent. Brilliant. That's all we have to find. So it would be f prime of -1. This is the slope. You can say you're using a different notation. It doesn't matter. Same thing. We know from ages that y and f of x mean the same thing. Okay, perfect. So first I have to differentiate that. So y prime or f prime of x. Which rule applies here? In 4x over 1 plus x squared, which rule I have to use?
Quotient.
Yes. When you say quotient, I'm going to draw a long fraction line. I'm going to square the denominator, not actually square it, but just write it squared. And then I will differentiate the top. What I would recommend is rewriting it as 4, I meant to write 4 here, times x over 1 plus x squared. Because it's a product in the numerator. It's not a sum of terms. You don't have to do that, but it will be easier if we do. So let's say we don't notice that we can write it like that. Can anyone give us the derivative of the numerator? Because that's the quotient rule. First, I have to find the derivative of the numerator. Can anyone differentiate the numerator for us? And I'll put it here. Exactly. Times the denominator, 1 plus x squared, minus the numerator. And now we need to differentiate the denominator. Can anyone differentiate the denominator? And I will put it here.
2x.
Yes, awesome. Indeed. I have to distribute 4 plus 4x squared, but this is minus 8x squared. Perfect. Awesome. Divided by, of course, 1 plus x squared squared. These two, -4x squared and plus 4, divided by 1 plus x squared squared. I have the function, the derivative function. Now I have to plug in -1 to find the slope. So when I plug in -1 here, this doesn't change, it's still 1. This doesn't change, it's still 1, because it's -1 squared. So -4 plus 4 will be 0 in the numerator and 2 in the denominator. 2 squared. So this is 0. So -1 squared is 1, -4 plus 4 is 0 over 2 squared. So this is 0. So the slope is 0 in this case. Okay, I go back, I put 0 here. So then I have y minus minus 2, which is y plus 2 equals 0. So the equation of the line is y equals -2. Y equals -2 is the equation of the tangent line at -2 comma, no, -1 comma -2. Exactly. Any questions on this problem? Any questions on this problem? Any questions?
Can you show the top quickly, please? The top, like as
Of
far as
this?
the problem.
Of this?
Yes. That was number 51, right?
Yes, 51. Good.
Oh,
Yes, go ahead.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's look at a word problem now. Here it is. Population growth, because that's what we are doing, to apply it in real life situations. The population P in thousands, so P is in thousands, of the town of Coyote Wells is given by, so this is 61, and again this is page 163, and we have P of T in thousands plus 500t over 2t squared plus 9. And they're also giving us the graph. Fine, awesome. Find the growth rate. Find the growth rate. When they're asking us to find the growth rate, it's the same thing with the rate of change. It's an increasing. That's why they say growth rate. But it's the rate of change, not the average rate of change. We're not given 2 points. No, we're asked to find the rate of change. What are we asked to do first? What does it mean? What does it mean when we are asked to find the growth rate? What are we asked to find?
Does it find the limit?
Careful. It's a very good question.
Find the average?
No, as I said, it's not the average. So let me just answer to the first question for 1 second, because it was a very good point. So so someone said the limit. How would that question be phrased so that the answer would be the limit? Let's say, don't write this. It's a very good question. I just like to answer to it. So how will the question be phrased so that it asks for this? The question should be like this. Find the population target, or what will the population, what will the number be in the long run, or as time goes by? That would be the question for something like this. Maybe a target population, I don't know, for birds, fish, whatever, it's possible. What is the limiting size of the population? What will be the limit? But in this case, it's asking us, very good question, thank you for that. So it's, in this case, it's asking for the rate of change. What does that mean? The derivative function represents the function that gives the rate of change at any point where the original function is differentiable. The terminology is like a foreign language, so the terminology is key in everything, in any topic, math or otherwise. So that's why I'm kindly begging you to review the notes and the video. So one more time, find the growth rate, and that's why I wrote it here. In other words, the rate of change. So what are we asked to find?
Derivative.
Yes, indeed, that's what it is. P prime of t. Awesome. Can anyone differentiate this for us?
Zero.
Excellent. So now we have to differentiate this. Which rule applies?
Quotient.
Thank you very much. 2t squared plus 9 squared. Can anyone differentiate the top?
What does it say? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. It's 500 t.
Oh, 500.
Thank you. Awesome. And then 2t squared plus 9 minus 500t. Can anyone differentiate the denominator? Can anyone differentiate the denominator for us? No one wants to differentiate the denominator? Say it again.
40.
Excellent, 40. So I have to distribute. I would rather factor out that 500 because it comes out from both. So 2t squared plus 9 minus 4t divided by 2t squared plus 9 squared. Very good. That was part A. Let's continue with part B. Find the population after 2 years. Part B. What are we asked to do? Find the population after 2 years. What are we asked to determine? What do you think? It's okay if you're wrong. Just say something. We're asked to find the population after 2 years. What do we need to do?
You set the entire equation to 2.
Careful. So this is the population, and this is time. Say it again. We want to find the population. Yes, plug in 2. So we're going to find P of 2. Awesome. It can wait for a moment. Okay, next. Part C. Find the growth rate at 2 years. That's part C. What am I asked to find in part C? The growth rate at 2. Not the population at 2. But the growth rate at 2. What are we asked now in part C? Anyone? Give it a try, please. We're asked to find the growth rate at 2. Anyone, please? It's okay if you're wrong, but you can't be. What do you think it is? The growth rate at 2. No one has any idea what the growth rate at 2 might be? So just give me an answer, any answer, so I can correct it if that's the case.
Is P of T equal to 2?
Say that again. P.
Professor Lead, I have to leave early. Sorry.
Okay. Thanks. So say it again. Was it Bill or somebody else?
Would you put P
Brian.
of T as 2, set the entire equation equal to 2?
But P prime of T is the growth rate for any particular T where this function is differentiable. We're asked to find the growth rate at 2. We're not told the population. They never told us anything about the population. They're asking us to find the growth rate at 2 years. So what do you think? What do you think we're asked to find?
P prime of 2?
Of course, P prime of 2 is the growth rate at 2. Awesome. Yes, thank you. Excellent. Part D, find the population after 12 years, and then the growth rate at 12 years. So what am I asked to determine in D and E?
P of 12 and then P prime of 12.
Excellent. That's it. Now, before we get these numbers, that's the easiest thing. I would like the measurement unit for these. What is the measurement unit for P of 2 and for P of 12? Anyone? P of 2 and P of 12. What would be the measurement unit for those? Because they cannot have all the same measurement unit. When we determine P of 2, what is the measurement unit? Or P of 12?
Population in years.
Thank you. Population. Awesome. What about P prime of 2? What is the measurement unit for P prime of 2 and P prime of 12? Because it cannot be the same with the other ones. It's a rate of change. So it has to have 2 measurement units. And that was the comment I wanted to make for the last discussion from last time. So if the cost is in dollars, the rate of change of cost will be dollars per unit. I did not deduct points on the last discussion, but please do not make that error, please. So the rate. So the cost is measured in dollars, but the rate of change of cost is measured in dollars per unit. They cannot have the same measurement unit. So then P prime of 2 and P prime of 12 will have what measurement unit, please? One coming from this and one coming from this. What is the measurement unit? Yes?
Year.
Yes. Yes. So here's what I'm going to do next.